What do you think God is? Asking this on Reddit is like throwing a fork in the garbage disposal. A symptom of mankind's tendency to assign agency to nature. I like Thomas Aquinas' definition, ipsum esse. It is a Thomistic term, meaning, being itself subsisting. Aquinas derives this as a description of God from Aristotle, through Avicenna, and also from Exodus chapter 3 verse 14. In his early work De Enter et Essentia he explores its meaning. Basically, it is the distinctive characteristic of God in Aquinas' metaphysics. All created beings are composite in their essence and existence. Esse. Thomists call this the real distinction. This means that what creatures are and the fact they actually exist are not identical in them. In God, however, what he is and the fact that he is are truly identical. God is his own existence or act of being. Thus, God can be described as ipsum esse subsistens. The whole thing basically means that God is to be in itself. God is the very essence of all existence and the suspension of all that exists. Not some being out of many or a sky daddy, as he would exist outside of space and time as the unmoved mover. A lot has been written on this subject. I'm somewhat on the agnostic side myself, but I've always enjoyed this Catholic theological perspective of God as the most fascinating and sound. Whether you attribute this to a certain theistic God are a whole different story. But Aquinas' philosophy and ideas are most characteristic to the Christian God. The guy was a Dominican monk, so obviously, this conversation with Bishop Barron and Friedman sums it up well. https u2.be/n-71vbn_c8y. I found this podcast clip with Ed Fezer summarizing Aquinas' arguments and definitions of God too. He answers the typical criticisms and misunderstandings of Aquinas, 5 ways to philosophically argue for the existence of God. https u2.be/gnxngqdt0 as